What is good, Ninja? OG over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE News. Guys, we have a lot of hype news from Nintendo Switch sales hitting nearly 18 million. We also have individual sales numbers and a lot of stuff to go over. Sorry if it's not the best production value, just because I'm trying to get a lot of videos out today with all the different news here, but we will get through all of this stuff in addition to live streams as well. So let's go ahead and get right into this. And we are starting off with the big one here. Everyone wants to know what are Nintendo Switch sales at, and as you guys can see right here, Switch worldwide sales have topped 17.79 million, nearly 18 million for the Nintendo Switch, breaking all expectations Nintendo even set for themselves or even anybody, be it that. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Kirby Star Allies, both of those games have topped 1 million as well. Plus, we have sales figures for a bunch of different games. So let's go ahead and get right into this. Shout outs to everyone who's been reporting on this. You guys all know who you are, The Sorcerer. We also have Takahashi Mochizuki from the Wall Street Journal. We also have Dr. Serkan Toto, Gamatsu. There's a lot of different people here that have been helping out. So let's go ahead and jump right into this, guys. So Nintendo Switch has sold 17.79 million units to consumers worldwide since its launch on March 3rd, 2017. Nintendo has officially announced. Now, according to its latest earnings release, Nintendo forecasts will ship 20 million additional Switch units between April 2018 and March 2019. Nintendo also shared updated sales numbers for its first-party Nintendo Switch games, which are the first-time numbers for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Kirby Star Allies have also been revealed, but those aren't first-time numbers for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, as we already got numbers for it last year. It sold 1.06 million, but we do have an update to those numbers. And we do have lists in terms of the top 9 selling Nintendo Switch first-party titles. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and start from the bottom to the top at number 9 with Pokkén Tournament DX with 1.16 million. Number 8 is Kirby Star Allies with 1.29 million. Number 7 is Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with 1.31 million. Number 6 is ARMS with 1.85 million. Number 5 is 1-2 Switch with 2.29 million. Number 4 is Splatoon 2 with a staggering 6.02 million. Number 3 is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with 8.48 million, and we do have more information on that game. Number 2 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with 9.22 million, and number 1 is Super Mario Odyssey with 10.41 million. Nintendo's games are absolutely killing it right now. Absolutely killing it. Nintendo is doing a phenomenal job with all these games, and I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about this, guys, when it comes to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, some of the other games here. So if you combine Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sales on the Wii U and also on the Nintendo Switch, it's actually surpassed 10 million units and has become the best-selling Legend of Zelda game of all time. So that is a great feat for a system with an install base that is still combined lower than some of the other systems that other Legend of Zelda games have been on. Obviously, we've seen Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, GameCube, also on the Wii. We've seen Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, 100 million units install base there. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on the N64 and on various other systems. And I'm thinking that they're not counting the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D in addition to like the virtual console ones and all of that. They're just talking about the single release, the vanilla release in terms of what console it released on. So Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is the best selling Zelda game of all time when you put it in that context, which is absolutely phenomenal. Super Mario Odyssey, I thought there'd be a little bit more than that. I thought it would have broken at least 11 million units, but maybe sales slowed down just a bit when it comes to it. People are catching up with some of the other games, but Splatoon 2, big jump from what we saw from the time before when they gave us the last updated sales numbers. I think it was around 4 million or so. So Splatoon has actually had a lot of positive sales momentum, and I think the continued support of updating the multiplayer and everything like that has really gotten Splatoon 2 even more publicity and more shine. And just to see like a Nintendo have a new IP, so this is something that wasn't developed in the late like 90s or 80s or anything like that. This is a new IP 2015 on the Wii U, be it that. The worst selling home console, main home console of all time. To get a franchise from there and have it sell as well as it's selling, as much as the big dogs up there with Nintendo, is actually really cool. Also, another thing that I want to say is ARMS. For a single platform fighting game where people criticized it a lot when it comes to some of the content and everything and didn't get the best review scores out there, 1.85 million, really good when it comes to that in less than a year on the market. Very good to see those numbers. Really happy about ARMS, and it hasn't had a lot of discounts out there, so people are still buying it around the $50 to $60 price range. So it's not like it's been on a fire sale or anything like that. So really good to see that. Kirby Star Allies, once again, really good sales numbers, because that was from like what, March to the end of March. So Kirby sold 1.29 million units in that short time frame. A lot of people did not expect Kirby to do well because they personally felt that it wasn't hard enough, and they're basically judging it on that. The review scores weren't the best for that game either, but it's proved to be a system seller, and it's proved to be a great title in Nintendo's library when it comes to what the fans are buying. I thought it was a fantastic game to play with your family as well, so doing really good there. Of course, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's already passed up Mario Kart 8 sales, and I remember when this game first launched, people were saying, why are they doing this? Like, why don't they just make a new one? And I'm pretty sure they couldn't make a new one in time based off what was going there, but to say that it's not a good idea to release some of the best games that were on the Wii U onto Nintendo Switch is absolutely ridiculous. Think of how much money Nintendo would have lost out on if they didn't release Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. It'd literally be like billions of dollars or something like this here, guys. I mean, 9.22 million, and that's at pretty much 60 bucks, right? There hasn't been a ton of price drops. Sometimes you see it for $48 or $50, but for the most part, it's been a full price title. So just do the math, guys. That's a lot of money if Nintendo decided just to hold off and continue developing Mario Kart 9 or something like that and not get on this, or at least put a team on it to port it really quickly over, then get working on Mario Kart 9 in terms of having multiple teams. The Mario Kart team is actually huge, so they can do that. They can get a small number of people to port over to the Switch and then have the main teams working on a new one, or Mario Kart 9 for the Switch as well. So fantastic decision, and it obviously paid off in a big way. Nintendo's going to report some big operating profits and gains as well for this fiscal year, so it's just amazing. It's amazing to see how well they've done, but I cannot end this video without talking about my baby, and that is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And some people were a little upset when it comes to the sales. Not many, but some people were a little upset, but I do want to sit here and say this is probably the best-selling Xeno title. So any of the Xeno games, we're not just talking about Xenoblade, but Xenosaga, Xenogears, any of those games as well. This is the best selling one according to what we know about the sales numbers. I think some of the old ones on the PS2 reached about 1 point something million, but never over 1.31 million like we are seeing here for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So that is a huge accomplishment for Monolith Soft, and they should be very proud. We shouldn't have to sit here and compare it to other games that Nintendo's released or anything. Let's just compare it to the Xeno franchise in terms of what it's done, and I'm very happy for this franchise. Very happy that I purchased the game multiple times. I'm like a repeat buyer on that when it comes to the digital version, when it comes to, or actually no, I got a copy of the digital version. I have a physical version by itself, and I also have the collector's edition, which also has another physical version too. So bought it multiple times. Do not regret anything when it comes to, and I also bought it for a friend of mine as well. So yeah, I had to do it. I had to do it, and it's such a great game, and as many people should play it as possible. So if you have not picked up Xenoblade Chronicles 2, make sure you go out there and do that. I also want to mention a little bit more when it comes to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's great to see a new king in the throne when it comes to it. A lot of people have talked about dungeons and this type of stuff with Legend of Zelda, but I think that what makes Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild fresh, and the reason why so many people are buying it in such a small amount of time, because think about it, even if it hasn't outsold it when it comes to all the different systems certain games have been on, for example, like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, think of how much it sold in this short amount of time, because remember, that sold over a long period of time, that 10 million or whatever Ocarina of Time is at, or 9 million, or whatever the case is, that sold over a long period of time. This is sold in about a year's time, and it's still going. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is still in the top 20 NPD. It's still in the top sales for Europe, and it's still in the top 10 or top 20 for the Media Create sales chart. So it still sells a year out. It's a true evergreen title. It's more of an evergreen title has been before, because all the other Legend of Zelda games, they do sell over time, don't get me wrong, but they never sell this volume over this short amount of time, and we're just getting going. We still haven't had real discounts on the game, or like Nintendo Selects or something like that. When Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild eventually gets to $20, I think people are gonna buy it like crazy, or if it gets to $30 or whatever Nintendo does with their Selects, if they ever do that, it's gonna be like crazy. It's gonna sell at least maybe 20 million. It could double up on that. It could absolutely slaughter all the other sales when it comes to it, because we're not that far out from when the Nintendo Switch launched, and we got a long way to go, especially if there's backwards compatibility, which I think there will be with Nintendo's newest system. So I'm just kind of talking about a lot of different stuff here, but I'm extremely excited when it comes to Nintendo and what's going on there, guys. Now, please do not go anywhere when it comes to this channel. We have more reports, when it comes to Nintendo. They've got a brand new president. I'm going to be talking about that in another video, so make sure you just stay tuned on that one, guys. We also have more information that continues to come out, so keep it locked right here on Player Essence. You're going to get continuous videos on this, and yeah, we're definitely going to make sure everyone knows about what's going on with Nintendo right now, because it's really good to see, considering that nobody gave this system a shot. A lot of people were predicting it to fail. So what do you guys think about this information here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.